So it looks like Microsoft has some new models that they are announcing and making available for testing and use. These are MAI models, that's Microsoft Artificial Intelligence, and they recently announced these. And they had a couple of models that they released back in the spring. They were a couple of image models, a voice model, and a transcription model. Now they have MAI-Thinking-1, which is their first large language model. They've had small language models and like open source and open weight, like small language models for a while now, but this is apparently their first large language model. And then they have a new image model, they have a new voice model, and a new transcription model. And we'll post this Microsoft blog post in the description so you can look through it on your own time if you want. These are just kind of the main bullet points here. So MAI-Thinking-1, again, their first large language model, purpose-built for workloads. Workload enterprises run at scale, blah, blah, blah. It's a mixture of experts, architecture, if you know what that means. And then it says it matches Claude Opus 4.6. Then moving on, they have their next image model, MAI-Image-2.5. I don't know if they have, let me see. Doesn't look like there's a direct comparison with the image model. So it's not like this is like OpenAI's Image 2 or like Nano Banana, whichever one. So this is one you'll just have to kind of test to see kind of how it lines up with other models, and then their transcription model, etc. The interesting thing with these models is there is a Bloomberg report, and we'll link that in the description as well. That one is paywalled, so you may not want to look at that one, but your choice. But there's a Bloomberg article that basically reports that what Microsoft is doing is within, I believe it's Excel and Outlook, they are using these new models behind the scenes. So if you go into Excel and you click on the Copilot button, which Copilot is their other AI tool, but if you click on the Copilot button within Excel and Outlook, what had happened before was that you would get an OpenAI or an Anthropic, like a Claude model, that would take a request and do whatever you'd asked it to do. Now what they're doing is they're putting these MAI models behind the Copilot button, but it's not consistent. So sometimes you get an Anthropic model, sometimes you get an OpenAI model, sometimes you get an MAI model. So the results are inconsistent and it's kind of all over the place. There's not really a way to prove this because it's all just behind the Copilot button. But there's, again, it's in the Bloomberg report, but that is a paywalled report. But my prediction is that they will just have everything be these MAI models soon enough. And the report and the speculation is basically that Microsoft doesn't want to keep paying OpenAI and Anthropic for their models, so they are finally bringing their own large language models to the table, and they're going to put their models in their software. But anyway, you can look through, again, this article and the Bloomberg article, and then there's also this MAI Playground, which is kind of like something like a Google AI Studio. And you can come in here and then you can try out a couple of the models. Again, it has MAI-Image-2.5, MAI-Transcribe-1.5, and then MAI-Voice-2 in here. So you can click on those on the left-hand side, and then you can put in whichever prompt you want and try them out just to see what they can do. I haven't honestly played with this that much, but I mean, they look, good enough. I don't know that they're gonna compete with, Nano Banana 2 and just like the top frontier models. But I mean, one of the kind of running themes that I have is that like most people don't need what those models can do. So these models from Microsoft are probably good enough for most people, especially if you're doing just like what I'll call like regular like business work or office work, you don't need the top frontier models because those are usually focused around coding. Again, they have the playground here so that you can just kind of go in here and put in your prompts and see if this can do things up to whatever level you need. But yeah, so Microsoft is throwing their models into the ring, so to speak. And they have their first large language model, they have their next generation image model, they have their next generation voice model, and they have a transcription model. It says in here, like, these models are already powering experiences across Copilot, Bing, PowerPoint, Azure Speech. I'm sure they're going to put them in all things Microsoft that have AI over time because it just makes financial sense for them to use their own model if they can. Take a look at that. And again, if you are interested in kind of getting your hands on them, you can go to the MAI Playground. They're also available in Microsoft Foundry. I think most of that is paid. I think all of that's paid actually, but you can go on Playground and use them for free. If you use Microsoft Foundry, the models are in there now. So Microsoft is basically entering this whole Anthropic, OpenAI, Google, what I'll call competition for attention in the AI space. So this is going to get even more interesting. So if that's interesting, take a look. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.